Hey guys. Hey John. Okay, who wants to hop up on the panel? It'll be easy. The questions are very easy. It'll be more fun if somebody hops up. And then everybody in chat can answer too. So whoever hops up, if you don't know the answer, then you can just look at chat. That's cute. We just lost 3 people. 3 people were watching who just took off. Hey, MW, you want to hop up on the panel? Come on, John. Come on, MW. This is going to be a short live chat, so we should probably hurry up and get up on the panel and get moving here. Come one, come all. I'll put the link in the thingy again. Well, in the meantime, until we get a taker on the trivia game, I'll go ahead and talk. Hey, Star Mama, you want to hop up on the panel and play the little trivia game? It's really easy. We can talk first if you want about the gray truck, because I am just not going to forget that. You know what? Betty stood there and said there was a gray truck at the house at 5:15 a.m. Who stayed the night? Who stayed that entire morning? Why isn't that part of the storyline? Why are we getting lied to? Why have we been lied to so many times? Who owns the gray truck? And why is it that we're the only channel talking about the gray truck? And what about the red truck? Because you know the red truck was there too, right? Wasn't it? That's what we were told. And wasn't that visible in a few of those police body cam videos? So a red truck, a gray truck. Was the gray truck bigger? Was it smaller? What's with all the trucks? You guys know my opinion. I think it was moving day, and I think there were people there to help a certain someone move. And I think the certain someone decided she didn't want to move. You know, you guys, the other day I mentioned how it would fit the moving day theory if you consider how they were due in court for the unpaid HOA dues, and we were told they were due in court for a separate hearing for what a family member said was an ongoing family matter. Well, think about the HOA dues one. Why did they just ignore it? Why were they still heading to a hearing? They owed the money. Why didn't they pay it? Well, if it was moving day, what were they going to do? Just skip out without paying the HOA dues? Or was somebody just trying to set it up so that Christopher Watts had his housing credit absolutely ruined? How about it, Star Mama? You want to hop up and answer a few trivia questions? Chat can help. Hey, Mrs. Fluffer, want to hop up on the panel and answer a few trivia questions? It's very silly and the questions are very simple. I thought it'd give us a little break from the issue of the gray truck. Ooh, Star Mama's got the storm going on. We had that the other day, a couple days ago. And the trees came tumbling down. The electricity went out. It was fun. You want to give it a try? Maybe Mrs. Fluffer will jump on with you. Actually, that'd be a good way to do it, to have two of you up here, and then you could compete with each other. Whoever yells out the answer first gets the point. And as the title says, there are no prizes, just fun. Better yet, if there's a shiner lurking, wouldn't that be cool if we could get a few of you up here, including a shiner? Let's get 3 of you up here. Star Mama, Mrs. Fluffer, a shiner or 2. Come on, shiners. Okay, I'll keep talking about the gray truck until you guys hop up. So what do we know? Well, we know that we've been lied to because we've been told that we've been lied to because we were told that we'll never know the truth. We know we've been lied to because we were told that Christopher Watt's wife was a retired nurse, and she was never a nurse. We're pretty much figuring we were lied to about just how successful Christopher Watts and his wife actually were. We were told that in early July, Christopher Watt's wife told a hairstylist that she was getting divorced and looking forward to being single again. And we were also told that before she left North Carolina, she was asked to stay in North Carolina, but she said that she was going to head back to Colorado. And I think her reasoning was because Christopher Watt's employer had good insurance. And then, let's see. We were told that Christopher Watt's wife was on a business trip. But then we learned it was sales training. And then we wondered out loud, if she was really 35th from the top, then why would she have been attending sales training? And then we thought about that rock concert video, and we wondered if she was really 35th from the top, then wouldn't that have kind of made her a rock star? I mean, wouldn't she have been seated somewhere toward the front? So then we learn about the gray truck. Cindy Watts said that Christopher Watts told her that his wife said, "I'll make you pay for this, and you'll never see the girls again," before he left for work. Then we learned from the neighbor's little porch interview that after Christopher Watts left for work, there was still a gray truck there. It was there at 5:15 a.m. It was there at 6:45 in the morning. It was there at noon before the police arrived. Mrs. Fluffer is busy. Well, Linda, how about you hop up? You can answer some questions. We have 28 people right now watching. Surely there must be at least 2 of you willing to hop up on the panel to answer a few silly questions. Come on, come on, come on. Have you guys noticed how most of the channels have scooted on over to a different case? Isn't that interesting? They were so hyper focused on the case of Christopher Watts for so long, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like poof, they're off to a different case. Isn't that kind of interesting? Not that I mind, actually. But I think it's interesting that they seem to be behaving, in the same way that they were behaving with the case of Christopher Watts. Everybody's fighting with everybody. Everybody has some sort of scandal going on. They all act like they can't stand each other, and then we find out later they're all talking behind the scenes. I wonder how many teams there are. In all, I mean. I wonder if there are like 2 or 3 teams that are trying to, protect their turf. Star Mama says it's simple. The leader of the pack is twisting the spotlight off of this case. Why? Lies, lies, and more lies. Well, is it that, or is it that they kind of go case hopping? Maybe their time has run out kind of on this case. Maybe enough people have been actually discussing the case that when the other case came along, they thought, well, this one will be easier because nobody's pointing out the obvious. I don't know. I think it was Shrimp Cocktail who said in the last live chat, they create the chaos and then they swoop in, with the solution, right? So maybe they're just running from case to case to create a bunch of chaos. And remember, a few of them tried to run off to the other case that happened in Colorado in 2018. But the mother in that case told them in no uncertain terms to leave her alone. And then they stopped trying. So maybe they're just looking for cases that they think will be easy to manipulate. I think so too, Star Mama. I think we are touching on some issues that nobody wants to discuss. Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette, you want to hop up on panel? You can hop up with Star Mama. I promise you guys, the questions are easy. You'll know the answer, no problem. And the chat can help. I'll read off whatever people are saying in chat too. Yeah, it's time for you to report to the principal's office, Jeanette. We just have a few trivia questions. So we just need a couple people to hop up here and then you guys can compete. No prizes. Total waste of time, but it might be a little bit of fun. And then we're going to hop off here. We might talk a little bit more about the gray truck, but then we're going to hop off here because I know everyone is super busy today. I think I'll be able to have time tomorrow to do an actual live chat. I have some videos I have to upload to Patreon today, and then I have other stuff I have to take care of. I think tomorrow evening we should be able to have an actual live chat where we discuss the case of Christopher Waltz. So if a couple of you could hop up here, that'd be fun. We could get this rolling. And for any of you shiners who are watching, you are welcome to join in. As always, you are welcome to join in. You're even welcome to join in the discussion. But we've noticed over the last 3 years that you don't. And we've wondered why. Okay, this is what we'll do. Let's see, Jeanette is saying, yes, I did wish MRB speedy recovery, but didn't know she made that horrible video. Oh, Jeanette's fessing up now. She's coming clean. I wished a speedy recovery also. I also posted a comment to Jimmy saying, get her off the internet. I think he was saying something about taking her to the hospital or something. I can't remember how it went exactly at that point. And I think it was the 11-hour long marathon. And so I commented, take her to the hospital, get her off the internet. I wonder if Jimmy is launching his own YouTube career. I don't know. Didn't her sister launch her own channel too? Maybe she's actually some kind of a trainer for other channel creators. All right, here's Star Mama. Here we go. Hey, Star Mama.
Hi, everybody. Hey, I'll try to stay on here as long as I can, but it's storming really fierce here right now. So I don't know how long it's going to hold up.
Have they said how the wind gusts are going to be, like 60, 65?
No, it's just bringing in the cold front we've been waiting on here in Texas for, since early November. It was like 85 yesterday. So yeah.
Oh wow!
And outside right now it's probably about 55, and it's just storming like crazy.
Nice.
Yeah. Today we've already lost the satellite, so, and the power's flickered about 3 times. So I look for it to go.
Oh no. Well, okay. I'll ask you the trivia questions really fast in case your power is going to be coming and going. And then anybody in chat, feel free to answer the question. And then Star Mama gets stumped, and I'll let you know what they're saying in chat.
Okay.
Okay, it's name that channel creator. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
The first one, the channel creator says it's all about summer.
Oh boy, I haven't been watching a lot of channels lately.
Okay,
I'm trying to stay away from them.
The same channel creator also says that she loves cats, and she and her future husband are holding a lot of fundraisers. I think one of them is. Oh
my God! Yeah, I mean,
for them to get
Char Char. Our Canadian loves, you mean? Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Okay. You got that point. Woohoo. Okay. The next one, you'll be able to get this in 30 seconds or less. Probably 5 seconds or less. Yes, Paul. That's the answer. share. The next one is the channel creator says, I'm on my way to the casino.
Oh my God. Our lovely Florida lady, you mean, Recline? Yeah.
Miss Recline. Yep. Natasha.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right. The next one is, this is a little tougher one. She says, okay, I'm sorry. Not sorry. She says it a lot. She'll go, I'm sorry. Not sorry. That kind of sounded like.
I don't know. I just haven't, like I said, I've been staying away from so many
healthy.
of them that I'm lost.
That's healthy. Anyone in the chat, do you know who says, I'm sorry, not sorry? She makes candles.
She makes candles?
Well, I think she orders candles or something. There was some kind of thing a while back where she was supposedly using images on her candles that she shouldn't be using or something. And there was a big hoopla about it. I'll give you a hint. Purple.
Purple? I don't know who that is. I'm lost again.
Okay.
I'm not, like I said.
Happy got it. It's the Purple Witch. Becky Booth.
I've never even heard of her. I've never heard of her.
That's healthy.
I told you I've been trying to stay away from the drama. I'm telling you. I already know how they like to twist and turn stuff. I was part of 2 different creators' channels before, so I know what goes on, and I know where you can end up. You don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole because it's something else to get back up. Because the drama it brings into your life, man, these people go real life on you. They just do, and it's sad because that's not what it should be about.
Which brings us to the next one, which you'll be able to get very quickly. She complains that the lines are too long.
She complains the lines are too long?
Yeah. At her local dispensary.
Oh my God. You mean the avocado? Guacamole? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good one. Okay, yeah. The next one says, Adrian.
I'm lost again. I'm gonna flunk this, man. I'm telling you. You should have done this. You should have done this 6 months ago. I'd been probably pretty sharp at all of it.
Okay, that would be MGL.
Oh, okay. I never did listen to her now. I never listened to her ever, and I never listened to the one that's already gone, the CK one. Never ever got involved in those channels ever. Never listened to them. So when it comes to their stuff, I don't know anything about it. Or the R guy, and that. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, you have good spidey senses then. Okay, the next one likes to dance in her garage, even though she says she's in pain all the time.
Dance in her garage?
Yeah. She's claimed she's a good friend of Cindy Watts, and she dances in her garage, and she says she has pain all the time. She does play good music.
I don't have no idea again who that is.
Yep, Robin got it. True TM. That's True TM. She's the one who dances in her garage.
I've never listened to her either, so it's just like, yeah, I'm drawing blanks now, blank bullets here because I've never gone there. So yeah.
Paul said,
it's enough just listening to 2 or 3 of them, let alone all of them. They're all. Anybody could keep up with everybody. I'm telling you.
Oh, I didn't think about Dispeller. Jeanette's talking about Dispeller, the delusional Dispeller.
Oh.
Yeah, she does belly dancing in her kitchen, Jeanette. That's a good one. Okay, the next
I guarantee you one thing: if you're in pain all the time, you're not going to be dancing in your garage. I don't care what you're doing. If you're in pain all the time, it's virtually, unless you're high on something. That's the only way I can see you could do that.
That was my thought.
I haven't danced.
That was my thought.
Yeah.
A lot of these channel creators are talking about how they can't work because they have all these different things, And I think, well, if you can sit on a live chat for long times and dance and yeah, I don't know, do all that you do. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, there might be a job out there somewhere. I guess.
Well, I was 63 when I quit working, and I was cleaning houses, and I was working in nursing homes, and I had um, several herniated discs in my back and everything. But you do what you have to do to
Yeah,
survive, you know.
yeah, you do what you
Yeah.
have to do. And things were different, I think, when you and I were younger. Like, people just didn't see not working as an option.
No, they didn't.
It just wasn't a choice. I mean, you just didn't even think of it.
Right. Well, in my family, everybody's hard workers, and that's the way I was brought up. Because my dad started business at 21, and he went back to school when he was 34 and got a master's degree and brought up in a very strong, determined, hard-working class family. You know, you work for what you have. And
I think it's
thank goodness all my kids do. I mean, every one of my kids and my grandkids, they've all got wonderful jobs, and I'm proud of them, you know, for the accomplishment.
Well, and I do think I do think that's,
yeah. I wouldn't want to grow up now at all if I was a kid.
I do think
knowing what I know now, I wouldn't, I can't see.
I do think the work ethic is something that's taught for sure, because you see it kind of over time. You can kind of see certain, yeah. Okay, the next one is.
Okay.
I don't know if you're talking. It sounds like you might be. Okay, the next one, I don't know if you'll get or not. Get ready, chat. Are you ready? They're saying that they wouldn't have been able to have guessed these at all. They're happy they didn't hop up.
Hey, you're hearing the thundering and stuff going on. Yeah.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, because I heard something. Okay, the next one, the channel creator, she is on the channel with her boyfriend. And she says that she had to save him from his ex.
Wow, I don't know about that one either.
Okay, and one time she said his ex-girlfriend, but then they talk about divorce, how they have to get their divorce or something. So I don't know if there might be two exes or something. I don't know. It's that Crofton one.
Oh, Cam Crofton.
Wait, Craft. It's either Crafton or something. It's that bus driver.
I don't listen to them either. So yeah, I never listened to them. No.
Yes, Francesca said Kim and Crafton. I think, is it Crafton or Crofton? Crafton. Sorry about that, Crafton, if you're hearing this. Okay, the next one. This shows how much we don't do drama, doesn't it?
I guess because I'm dumb to a lot of this. I thought I knew a lot, but boy,
okay,
some of these I've never even heard of.
You'll know this one. Yeah. The next one says, "I love my binders." You don't know this one?
My binders.
Oh, can you hear us? There you are.
I can think of two or three that say binders.
Who is it who loves her binders? Okay, you're teaching me that this is a silly idea. The banana. The banana has lots of binders. She loves her binders and her.
See, I don't listen to her either. So it's like, oh, I should have known that because she's the one that took all the binders and went tracing off on a trip with CW's dad, right? That one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the last one you're gonna.
Yeah. Okay. Now
we'll finish on a good note because you're gonna know this one for sure. The last one, she says, "Jimmy, can you hear me?"
Oh my God. You mean Alice?
Yes, that is Alice. So yay, you got it right. Okay, that was dumb. I thought maybe we'd get a couple people up on panel, but people are, I know people are probably really busy this weekend. We had a couple people in chat who were nailing them each time, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the Alice marathons lately?
That's good. Well, thank goodness I got all my Christmas shopping done, and No, I've heard, well, a couple, but that was enough for me. I just can't. It's too long over there. I just can't. It just others that I was on too, for a while that they're triggering for me. I just can't listen to them.
Well,
They just,
it looks like she's having her husband kind of launch his career at this point. He's looking pretty comfortable in that chair in the kitchen. So I wonder if he's going to have his own channels at some point.
Well, what I want to know, is she sick or is she not sick? That's what I want to know. Is she really sick or
I know
is this just another ploy, tactic?
Yeah, if somebody is sick, I don't want to question that if they say they are. I know,
right.
I mean, that would be, I don't know, but with what we've seen over the last 3 years, it does seem like whenever they get kind of in too deep with other creators, then all of a sudden there's some sort of, major thing going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, there's a lot of them that have used the excuse of being sick or not feeling well here lately for attention. So that's why
if she is sick, I think I really wish for her sake she would just forget about YouTube for a while and just get healthy.
That'd be the best thing for her emotionally and physically. It can really be detrimental to you. I know that from experience.
I mean, any of her fans will be there when she gets back for sure. If she, and I have a feeling she probably refers to them as fans. Paul has a good one for you, Paula. Paul says,
oh, gosh.
Paul says, tell your loved ones that you love them. Tell your one.
Oh, that's our sweet MM. Are you kidding? Do you ever hear anybody say anything about that? Never. They're never worried about people's family, their health, or anything. They never even touch on that stuff. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're too self-involved to care about other people.
Yeah,
I think that's the shame.
There is something interesting though about the one who always says, "Tell your loved ones you love them." He was one of the worst attackers of all. Back in early 2019. He was terrible, just terrible.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right.
I mean, he even had a gun up on the video and trying to say that his son was having nightmares because I was threatening their family and all that crap.
Oh.
He sent a lot of weirdos attacking.
You mean about like you've been shut, like you've had 9 different like you've had 9 different starting channels and stuff that you've done through, like you've been shut down all these times and started all these channels. Do they really know what they're talking about? Really? Do these people even research something before they say anything?
Right. And they're all saying the same crap too. So, I think they're being told to say whatever. Right. It's all part of their shtick. I mean, it's transparent as all get out. We can see through the crap, but how many people don't see through it? How many people actually watch their channels and say, "Oh, wow, look at that." They're praying for different people or something, when in fact, behind the scenes, they're truly harming innocent people.
Well, you know how I feel. I emailed you and told you who I felt like what was going on and who was behind a lot of it and how I thought it led. I told you different ways I felt like that it pointed in that direction. So I'm going to stand behind that, on the ones involved.
The stuff that we've seen unfold, it's incredible that so many people could be involved with such terrible behavior. Just it's
right.
It's almost frightening, but it isn't because they're so psycho.
It's almost like with this case, do they do their research before they get up there and say the stuff they do? Do they really look to what they don't? Because I mean, I don't know how anybody can look at any of her videos and call her a good mother. I just don't see it. It just doesn't make sense. And I just can't believe that people sincerely look at things. They're brainwashed, I guess. I don't know. It's just,
I
they
think
don't want to think.
They're saying what they're supposed to say, I think.
That's true. Yeah. But then to lie about other creators just to get views and to keep their channel going, that's wrong. That's wrong.
And then take a look at all the channels from the other countries too, who were pushing for new laws for the United States. It's like, what?
Yeah, right.
Who hired them, right? Who is to benefit to try to push for new laws for the United States when they can't even tell us what the current laws are? Or, if anybody lives in a country with better laws, then maybe it'd be interesting to hear their opinion. But why would anybody in the United States care?
Well, I've heard several people say, that they think United States doesn't have good laws and stuff. Well, I did mistakes here. Yes. Doesn't every country make mistakes and error in sometimes the way that they approach situations? That's just, part of the process and stuff. But I wouldn't want to live anyplace else and feel the freedom like I do here.
Well, if they're going to preach for different laws in the United States, then they may want to choose a country for themselves that has anything better. They don't. I mean, people in the UK talk very openly how if you're a person who has been abused by your spouse, there's a very high percentage of people who call the police for help and the police never respond. So I guess, that's a country that I might not really care for their opinion on what the law should be. If you live in Canada, look at the tax base, the tax rates in Canada. Look at the socialized medicine in Canada, the long lines to wait for any medical care and things like that. Well, I guess I don't care about their opinion then. And then Australians, are you kidding me? Like I wouldn't even care to think ever if they think our laws need a little bit of tweaking. I mean, they need to pay attention to their own backyard.
Right. Well,
Jeanette has a question for you. Okay, here's another channel creator. Jeanette has a question for you. Who says, stay safe, don't forget to take your vitamin D, and know that you are loved?
Amen.
There you go. That was a good one, Jeanette. Paul says, I agree. I'm from the UK, but I like the US justice system. And I don't want anyone from the UK or from Canada or from Australia to be offended at all. But it's like, please don't tell us in the United States that we need to do better.
Well, it's true. And I think some of it's just because they really don't know the details of our laws on a lot of situations. They just know what they've been told. They really don't.
Well, it makes me think that they're actually recruited to try to somehow play some kind of social agenda. I can't imagine that they would even be interested. I think some of them might be recruited to try to lead some kind of social BS agenda.
Right.
Here we go. Here's a comment. When someone dies, did you ever notice that immediately the deceased is described as lighting up a room when they walked in, regardless of how they were? Not a question, really just saying. And that's what we found with the case of Christopher Watts. It's like, oh, she was so successful. Like, really? Oh, she was so beautiful. Really? Oh, she was, the best mom. Really?
Well, I think there's a trait that runs in that family as far as what they're capable of, what they do. And I'm talking about the kind of stuff they can put out there and get people to feel sorry for them. And I think she played the social media too. I'm sorry, I just do. I think SW played it big time.
I kind of wonder if she wasn't like one of the other. Well, like a Shiner, was she running around social media harassing people? Maybe, I don't know.
I know she was in Facebook groups as far as trying to get family members to take the product that she was selling and claiming it was curing. They threw out of a lot of those for trying to promote that stuff was a cure for lupus and different problems. Right. So, and I know that a lot of people had to change their phone numbers. They had to do all kinds of stuff to keep her from harassing them about either bothering a spouse or sending sample products and still trying to entice them into taking the stuff. And
Right.
that's where they step over a line. You know, when somebody asks you not to do something, then you need to stop. They shouldn't have to change their phone number or get a
I
different
remember
mailing
that.
address or something. Yeah.
I remember that one guy who he either jumped on the panel or he was in the chat, and he said that he had to change his phone number because she wouldn't stop calling him.
Exactly. And he had to change something in their credit card stuff on one of their cards too. So there was no access to them having the information where his wife could go ahead and be, he said, coerced into using that stuff, thinking it was going to, I think she had lupus too. I think that's what her problem was.
Yeah,
But yeah, he had to step in. He said she was just getting samples like crazy. And it was like she was beginning to think, you know, take it on like that was going to be the cure and telling people that was going to cure and stuff. Yeah, I remember that guy. I remember him. And he was one of them that was in a Facebook group that kind of had her removed. One of them.
So it makes you wonder, was she part of some kind of a team or something that went around and pretty much, you know, pressured people? And I don't know.
Well, look at all the ones she was involved in. This wasn't the only one. There was what, 11, 13 different ones that she was involved in, those MLM. So,
right. Yeah. And that actually is what makes me wonder about whether or not she may have been one of these types. Because if you look at it, they run together. They formed a few years before the tragedy. They're all connected. You know, they either love each other or hate each other. They're on the same team or they're fighting that month or whatever. I wonder if she was on the team.
I don't know, because she sure had several different things out there, like to win things or needing money to go to funerals and all kinds. It's the same scenario. I mean, you go and research it. She had several things going too, and trying to get money out of people.
That one Facebook post, it was supposedly one of her friends saying that she was using her Facebook, Christopher Watt's wife's Facebook profile, to post for a fundraiser for her so that she could visit her grandmother.
Oh, and yeah, I remember that one.
She was already there. She was already there. And supposedly a friend was using her Facebook profile to try to get money.
Right. Well, you know, some of her friends moved right in, having bracelets made and setting up GoFundMe's. And I know one of them within less than, I think it was like 7 days, something like that. Might have been 10. They capped it off, but I know they still had stuff coming in because I researched this a long time ago with someone, and it capped off, I think, at 124,000, but they ended up getting almost 143,000. But then there was money that came in from the bracelets. Yeah, I mean, yeah, on these before they even knew what had even happened to her. I mean, the first day she was missing. They were already starting GoFundMe's and stuff. Why? I don't understand that. I don't understand.
I think it was like up to 98,000 within just a couple weeks.
Yeah, but they capped off at 120. I think they had it set at 125, and I think at almost 125 they capped. But they actually got 143,000 because they had stuff that come in after that. And then there was the bracelets, and then there's been some others that was done. I think there was somebody in their family too that had passed away that they didn't have the money to go see them and needed money to do that. And she had one where you could win was it a notebook or something in a drawing, and she ended up winning it. Yeah, yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And all this money people keep giving the family, supposedly to go after certain creators or to go after people. I mean, nothing's been done, guys. Nothing's going to be done. Nobody is doing anything in the way of anything personally. They claim it wasn't on social media. They wasn't on YouTube. Yeah. And they're getting to where they're involved in it more and more. So why? Because they want the attention. They want that attention on it.
Well, you know what I wonder if these teams and gangs and everything didn't approach them early on and say, oh, look at this, there's a problem, which they created themselves. Not the family, I mean the people approaching them. They used a lot of fake profiles. They posted a lot of fake content. I think then they copied everything, went to the families, both sides, and said, "Oh, look, there's a problem, and we can help you." You know,
I think they played one family against the others, but I think they did too.
I
I
think so
think there
too.
was a lot of, yeah, I really do. And I don't understand why everybody or not everybody, but a lot of them want to put Cindy Watts out there like she was a bad person. Please go back and look at the videos and how SW talked about her and how much she was actually involved in her life. I think
Exactly.
she respected Cindy a great deal. And I
I
think
do too.
she could be like Cindy in the way of her mothering and wife skills. I think she looked up to her. I really do.
I do too. And I think they were very close. And I think that the attacks against Cindy are just disgusting. And they've been disgusting right from the start.
And usually the people that stay the quietest, you know, I don't know how they stay quiet as long as they have. I mean, they have been attacked so badly. I just don't. Ooh, it would take a lot for me to be quiet that long and not start wanting to go after people myself. But she's stronger in a lot of ways than I am, because I don't know if I could be as nice as she's been to people after all this.
Well, the irony of it all, too, is just so amazing because while they're claiming that they want to have laws,
Mhm.
to protect the victim, do you remember that one live chat where the avocado was saying that Cindy was not a victim?
Right. Hmm.
Remember that? And she's like, no,
I
she
do.
isn't a victim.
Well, she is a victim. She lost her grandchildren, and
Exactly.
in a big sense, she's lost her son. In the
Exactly.
way that
She's
you could have a son in your life every day, a child in your life. And, just because even if no matter what some when your kids go out and do, and maybe how horrible it is, can you really ever stop loving your child
well,
just
that's
because
the
of
thing.
something that they
The whole
did?
thing of how they try to paint her words or take her words and make them say something that she didn't say. When she said to him, that we forgive you and don't do anything, we forgive you, it's okay, that kind of thing. She
Right.
was worried about his state of mind at that point.
I think
And
so too. And I think he was very suicidal for quite a while too. I really do.
and I think any good mother in that position would have said the same things. And unfortunately, the shiners have taken it and, they've run with it to say, oh, she doesn't care what happened. What? That doesn't make sense. But
Well,
that's what they do. They
they
say
need
it
to
enough.
stop and think too, that that's her child, and she wanted him to have a fair trial and a fair chance, no matter what the situation was. She wanted him to talk to a lawyer before he made any decisions on anything. But I think the legal system in a lot of ways kept her from even being able to kind of stay in contact to where she could do anything in a way of talking to him about that till after it was already
Exactly.
over with. She didn't have a
Exactly.
chance. Yeah.
And she's painted as somebody who refuses to see the truth. She has never said anything
No.
at all that she's insisting that he didn't do it. She just wanted a trial for him.
And I
She
never
wanted,
heard her say he was perfect either. She was just reflecting back on how he was growing up at home and how he changed when certain people and certain things were around. And she
yeah,
was,
that's a good
he
point.
changed through the years. Yeah. Hmm.
That's a really good point because I've never heard her really go on and on about how great he was ever, but that's what the shiners say about her.
Right.
He's her golden child.
Yeah. I didn't hear her trash and I've never heard her trash the R's, and I never heard her trash SW. I've never heard her
Reflecting,
do that. She didn't do
right?
that, you know?
Exactly.
And I'm sure she
They
knew a lot more. She knew a lot of things, but even to this day, I don't know if she's ever going to say what she knows, because she, I think, in a sense, feels like it's just going to cause more hurt. And, I think in a lot of ways she doesn't want her son to keep reliving things that, you
Well,
know,
she's told me a few things that I'm surprised she hasn't said yet. That if I
mhm.
was in her position, I probably would have said by now.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I think that goes to show though that she is above what's being said about her. Like she just doesn't like, to her it's probably just noise.
yeah. She just doesn't
Yeah,
get involved in that stuff. But it's just like SW said, why does he put so much emphasis on he is the only one that knows the real truth and nobody will ever know what really happened? Why would he even want anybody looking at him as being the only one that knew the real truth? That really doesn't sound good if you look at the situation. Why would you want to say you were the only one that really knew the truth about your daughter and grandchildren's demise? I mean, I don't get that at all. Why
Yeah,
you'd
the
even put
part I
that
don't
out.
get is if we're going to be told that we'll never know the truth because they don't tell people like us, then that means we've been getting lied to. So
Right.
it should come as no surprise that we're going to be asking questions and coming up with theories.
Well, cases, people have been discussing cases before YouTube. Come on. It was on, they used to have court TV and a lot of things on television years ago that I watched that would go from just like the O.J. Simpson case. It was televised. I didn't miss any of that. And if I had to miss
Exactly.
it, I recorded it, come home and watched it.
One
That's,
the other irony, Paula, is that do you remember the Stephen Avery case?
yeah, I do
The
remember.
Netflix,
Yes.
the
Mhm.
Netflix series. Well,
Yes.
100,000 people signed a petition supposedly saying he's not guilty. So why is it such a big deal if there are a handful of people saying Christopher Watts deserves a trial?
I don't, because there's
That-
something we're not being told. There's things that I think, like I said, I think some people have dirty hands and they know and are involved in ways that they shouldn't have been involved in this. And if it comes out, they're going to be where he is. That's what I think it boils down to. I think if they ever open their mouth and it ever comes out, and the problem with him, he has told so many stories that I don't know if anybody will ever believe him. He's almost like going to have to have lie detector tests and everything else to where they can prove that. And now they're going to say, well, he's a good enough liar. He pulled that. I mean, I just don't know.
Well, I would like to know who was there because I believe that Betty on her little porch interview that
Oh
there
yeah.
was somebody right there. And if somebody was staying the night with a gray truck, who are they and why were they there? And why haven't we been told about it yet?
Yeah. Some channels say that was NK there and that was her truck. That's what some people try to keep throwing the, spotlight on. But they also keep forgetting they don't want to talk about the red truck. They want to talk about a red car.
Right.
You
There
can
was a
see a
red
red truck clearly. Yeah.
exactly, the red truck, the gray truck. And then Betty said that Christopher Watt's father in law was there 3 weeks before the tragedy, she thought.
Right. And I think that woman has enough. She had enough. She acted like to me she was perfectly a sound mind. I know a lot of older people get oh, they get like that at that age and they get confused. I don't think she was confused about anything. I think she actually remembered. Did she remember details about the time, like exact minute and all that? No. But I think she remembered what she seen. And I think she was one of these people that was kind of like a watch out person for the neighborhood. And she probably reported things, if they seemed really out of the ordinary. She,
Well, she knew
watched things,
she knew what time she left that morning. She knew what time she returned, and she
right?
said the truck was there both times.
Yeah, because she went and worked out every morning. Betty went and worked out every morning. hmm
So
At her age, she was.
if she was that clear about 5:15 a.m., then why isn't the gray truck a huge part of the discussion over the last 3 years?
Well, we know that there's parts apparently of Nate's videos that are been clipped or we don't have access to. But what about all the other homes that had cameras and videos and stuff? Why has nobody else come forward with anything? Is what I want to know. It just
Exactly.
seems strange that his camera and he just was gun ho and jumped right in the minute anything went on. He was out there wanting to talk to the cops and everything else. I mean, he was in there from almost the minute anything happened. I mean, the way of the police being on the scene and stuff. He was involved. He made himself involved. But why did nobody else come forward with any information?
Do you think that people were afraid? Do you think that maybe they were already being targeted?
I think people were told not to talk. That it's a situation that could maybe cause them harm because they live there in that neighborhood. Not very many people can up and move out of a neighborhood that they've lived in, or where they're making house payments and they have children. If you have children and you've moved into a neighborhood and a tragedy like this happened, and the authorities come to you and they say, just the best thing you can do is not tell anybody about what you've seen on your camera or whatever, or just give that to us, let us take care of it and not disclose anything, because it could actually, we don't know what all's involved in this and could maybe bring harm to your family. They're going to do that. They're not going to say anything.
Right.
And with all the drama now that's been on YouTube and people that go there to the home and all the stuff that's going on, yeah, of course people are going to be afraid to say anything. I probably
Well,
would too. Yeah, if I had young
and
children.
the
But
attacks were happening right away too. The attacks
yeah,
started right away. So
no, well,
if they,
you got attacked before you even knew what was going on. I mean,
I wasn't
yeah,
even home. I hadn't even heard of this stupid case, and they were attacking me. And they had
when you
chosen.
hiking or something with your son when that happened, when
Yeah,
you're
I
off
was out
hiking,
east, and
yeah,
they were attacking 10 of us. They chose 10 of us. They targeted 10 of us, and it's interesting to note that they chose older people. They chose people who actually had an education, who actually had a career, right?
hmm,
They chose people who probably, like me, has zero criminal history. They chose people who were pretty unfamiliar that they even existed, that
right,
this type of behavior would ever even happen. And one of the worst said in November, they started attacking me in August. She said in November that she was surprised I hadn't committed suicide yet.
I remember hearing something about that. Yes.
And
Hmm.
then
And
she's
they went
also
after set the record too. They went after set the record just as hard as they did you. I mean,
yep,
and
yep,
accusing you all of being the same person. And oh my gosh.
exactly,
And he is
exactly,
exceptionally intelligent and he broke everything down and he didn't put anything in there that he couldn't back up and really make you think that's what makes sense. But now you can't even go back and look at that because he's got everything down. And I really don't
exactly.
think he'll ever come back. I really don't. Think he had enough of it, you know?
Well, and
Uh,
then that same person who said that about being surprised I hadn't committed suicide. I mean, we're
mm,
talking just a few months after their attacks. I mean,
mhm,
that just tells you how evil they are.
right,
She also said that they chose me because she knew I would be easy to destroy.
right.
Those were her words, easy to destroy.
Easy to destroy. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing that,
Yeah.
that's how their brains function, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I did back when I was hearing things about Miss Mins. It was she was a woman in her late 30s, and she was living with a 85-year-old man and using him for his money. That's the kind of stuff that I was hearing. I thought, you all are ridiculous. How could you all even
Well,
know
and the
anything about
stuff
this woman's life and what does it have to do with what's going on? That's when
that
I started. Alarm bells was going off like crazy.
Well, the
Uh,
stuff that they've posted to they've gone real life so many times. They've filed false police reports. That's one of their part of their scam is they file false police reports against people they're attacking as a preemptive move in case somebody stands up to them and files a police report.
mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all part of their scam. They have posted so many lies, so many. Even Christopher Watt's brother-in-law posted an absolute lie about me, claiming that I lost my children. I lost custody of my children.
I remember hearing, yeah, he's
That was
really someone to even talk about anything with his past. I've researched that. And he was arrested for abusing a child. So he needs to just drop that. It's public record. He needs to just quit trying to, and then he was on probation. He couldn't be around his nieces because of his behavior.
Well,
So
I don't
he's,
understand how he can be holding fundraisers to supposedly put a bunch of people in prison for life when he is committing defamation against other people. I
everybody,
mean, that
because people are feeling sorry for him because of the way he's portrayed himself as grieving, and then they don't realize that he's using his own sister and niece's deaths to make money off of. That's what he's doing. That's what the family's doing. I'm sorry, but it's
and
becoming more and more apparent to me.
do you remember when
Hmm.
Avocado posted her first weird video? I hadn't even heard of her. Or if I had heard of her, it was just like, who's that? I think she just came on board all of a sudden and, on YouTube. And she posted that video saying, I'm coming for you, Mensa. It's like, who are you? And what on earth are you talking about? It's she
Yeah.
said that I was posting. She accused me of using a lot of fake profiles and posting stuff, and that she
Hmm.
just knew it was me. Right?
Right.
What? And
Yeah.
then
I mean,
when
mm,
about a year and a half later, when CK was making harassing phone calls to my house, that's what she said. That was exactly the same thing she said, the same thing that Avocado said a year and a half earlier. She said that I was using a bunch of fake profiles and posting stuff, which was total BS. It was a total lie. But I think it's interesting that Avocado and CK both said the exact same thing after they did something wrong.
Well, if you go back and look at a lot of things that's being said right now, a lot of things are being repeated word for word with several creators in the same scenario. They're using the same, and that's why I call it a script. I'm sorry, but I call it a script. And I know when Justice was on with me up there. Well, I've known him from over on Dorothy's and Kelly's, but what Justice doesn't realize is that he only knows what he's been told. He's not really researched stuff, or he would. I mean, I just don't get why he comes away. He's so easily persuaded by people, and I was kind of disappointed that he went back running over to Avocado, crying that we had accused him, saying we knew he was being paid to come over there. We never said anything, and that we kicked him off because we wouldn't let him, because we were bashing Shanann. We wouldn't let him stay there. And we don't bash her. We discuss what kind of problems that she had, and how maybe if something had been done, like with her, knowing the issues she had, and people hadn't tried to like sweep everything under the carpet, then maybe those two little girls would be alive. And I've tried to tell people that's my one and only concern, is to try to get justice for the little girls.
Well, and that's something that people have said from the start, though. They were saying that before we even knew we were being attacked. They were saying, oh, look at that. She's bashing, bashing, bashing. That's their key word. Everything that Justice ran off and said on that panel is all part of the script. All of it.
All of it, yeah. And they don't see it as script. That is because it's word for word. They're carrying it from one channel to the other, just back and forth. It's just amazing what's been going on especially about the last month. Yeah.
It's kind of like they started at the beginning of their little agenda, and people who are newer to discussing the case, they don't remember 2018 or 2019 because they weren't watching at that point. But we've seen this all before.
Right.
They change up their profiles, they disappear for a while, they come back. They always come back wanting forgiveness for whatever, and then they buddy up with the people they supposedly hated. They're all working together, you guys.
Yeah.
They're all working together.
And just go around and look on the community post, if you would, guys. Just look at things that's been posted like within the last 24 hours, and at certain things regarding Bella's birthday and stuff. Just look and see people who comment on those posts and stuff. And then just kind of stop and think of what's being said right now and how it's being said and where it's come from. And I think you'll get the gist of the picture. Oh, it might become a lot clearer to you of
also
kind of the people that's behind it.
And when you're taking a look at different channels, if you're just kind of interested in seeing the bigger picture, notice the ones who claim to have 30-some thousand subs, and then they claim to have 500 likes, and then they have 3 comments. Okay, if they have 3 comments, but they have 30-something thousand subscribers, probably some of those subscribers were bought and paid for.
I agree with you. I might have to mute off and on because my dog hears the thunder, and she's a Chihuahua and she's having a fit.
Well, we should probably go ahead and hang it up right now, and then we'll plan on doing one tomorrow evening.
Okay. That's fine.
That sounds good. I'm really glad you hopped up, Paula. I was sitting here going like, come on, you guys. It's a really fun thing.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you all. And, if you want to, I'll jump up again tomorrow. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Sounds good. Okay. All right,
we'll
guys. Bye, Bob.
Talking again tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
bye, Bob. All right. Bye, Emma.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, guess what? We're going to go ahead and call it a day, and then we'll do this again tomorrow. This way we can get all of our stuff done this weekend that we've got to get done. So here we go. It's too early in the day to say goodnight, John Boy. So I'll say be safe, Be healthy. Don't forget to take your vitamin D. And know that you are loved. And thanks for coming, you guys. I know we got kind of a slow start there, and the whole trivia thing was kind of silly, but thanks for coming. Come on back tomorrow, and we'll continue the discussion on the case of Christopher Watts. See you then.